Alright, yo, what's up guys? I wanted to make a video today. I know some of my friends, or one of my friends in particular, was asking me to make a video going over some basic Darius stuff. And I think he had a pretty good idea, because basically what he wanted me to make was a simple guide on both how to play Darius for people that are interested in playing him, and also how to play against some of his pressure, because I'm sure if any of you played against Darius, you know this character does some pretty nasty stuff to you, and he hurts a lot when he does it. So I just kind of wanted to go over a few things. Basically just B&Bs. I want to do some simple conversions for people that don't want to spend too much time practicing stuff. And then if you want to see some longer conversions, maybe you're like a newer Darius player, you can pick up some of these. These are not like optimal, these are pretty much the stuff that I have been able to figure out on my own with a little bit of time playing this character and like the lab and everything, but still some good damage, easy conversions, and I can show you some good options off of them. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first thing is I wanted to go ahead and go over a few basic conversions off of a few different things. So easiest one would be off of like a basic like punish. Like let's say Darius wakes up with his down forward S1, right? Or down forward S2, sorry. His reversal, and you block it. Is punishable. Or really just any time that you get a hit with a stand medium and neutral, right? This is what you want to kind of try to convert to. And this is a easy conversion for about 35-40%. Super easy. It's like 5 buttons, and that's like, you know, that's almost 500 damage off that alone. And if you want to, you can squeeze in another medium after the jump. So it'd be something like that right there. And this should get us right at 500, 496, right at 500 damage off that. So super easy. And if you want to extend it a little bit and go for something a little bit stronger on Darius, another option would be you can kind of extend this same loop. So stand medium, stand heavy, down heavy, and then instead of jumping right after, you're gonna do this down S1 move, this pull. So this right here, and then you'll see you get a bounce right there. And then basically you can treat that bounce situation as if you're doing this combo right here again. So all you gotta do is just do there you go. You will have to walk up a little bit after the down pull. I usually find it easier to dash because I spam dash macro, but you can just walk if you don't like dashing, or if dashing's a little bit hard, it will work. So don't worry if you can't get the dash there, just a little walk up will do you just fine. And then as for a more, I guess, sweaty conversion, this is still a super easy conversion in my opinion, but for something a little bit more difficult than the pull into spin, what you can do is you can actually dash up a little bit and use a medium. You can link a medium here after the pull. You're actually a lot more plus than you would realize off of this and block and hit stun. So you can see that actually combos there. But the key is you don't want to dash up in their face after it. So if I try to like go like way up here, you can see that combo drops. That's not real. You kind of want to dash into your medium range. You don't want to like dash right here. You want to dash just where your medium will land, like right here, right? That way you can make sure you get the link. So little dash up, heavy, which I dropped there, but dash up, medium, heavy, and then you can go for a few different follow-ups here out of it. You know, obviously I'm dropping here, but you know, this does work. You can go for this one instead if you want to go for a side switch, because obviously you can do this super out of this move and get the side swap if you want, or you can go into, you know, old reliable. I don't fat finger my burst, old reliable, and you can go into that. But yeah, pretty much this move right here, the overhead, you got a lot of options out of this, so make sure you use them, and make sure you're dealing with this move as well. So yeah, And now the last thing that I wanted to go over for Darius players or aspiring Darius players is just super basic anti-air stuff. You have a few different options on this character because as I showed you earlier with the combos, you do have this move, which can be a pretty good move for sniping people when they're trying to anti-air you. But generally, universal anti-air in this game is 2H or down heavy. This move right here is meant to be the anti-air and launcher for every character. And so because of that, if you don't know, whenever you land a 2H anti-air, what you want to do is pretty much do the same thing that you would do off of a launcher. So the same thing that you do whenever you do that right there is the same thing you would do whenever you land an anti-air here. Now obviously you might have some more optimal stuff figured out, but if you don't, then basically I'm just going to show you what I would recommend is super basic jump in. I'm going to have... Oops, fucked up. This is what I would do for the anti-air combo. You know, 497, that's a good 500 damage off the anti-air. This is off a 2H. And so all I'm doing here is I'm doing 2H jump heavy. Let's see, which jump S1. So 2H, JEH, S1, and then I do another heavy and then S2. So it looks just like that. And then you want to end in the S1 super. So super basic anti-air, and then as I was mentioning before, if somebody's going for like an anti-air, like let's say you got like an Ari that's like camping up here and she's shooting her down, like her diagonal fireball at you. If you catch her going up and you land this move, you'll need to be a little bit further back, but if you catch her going up, you can do all this off of it. You know, this shit's really strong. 587 damage off of an anti-air call out. And like some situations, it might even be better to use this move instead of your 2H. Not only because of spacing, but because of the damage as well. Because I do think that you get better conversions. I could be wrong. I think you get better conversions off of this move than you do 2H, but 2H is more consistent. It has that upper body invuln that you really want in an anti-air move, whereas this move doesn't have as much of that, but its forward hurtbox really makes it strong at sniping people at like the edge, at that sweet spot range. You know, right around the axe head. It's really good at reaching around that spot. But yeah, I think that's about all that I wanted to go over. I don't want to make this too advanced, but yeah, super basic anti-air, super basic BMB. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will be making more advanced guides later on once the full game comes out. I hope you guys look forward to those, but for now, it's going to be it. The next thing I wanted to go over was off of this pull move, because this move right here, very strong. Obviously, it's a little bit weak to parry, depending on, you know, how it's being used, how predictable it's being thrown out, all that. But if it's getting through, this move right here is really good. So this attack, it's a follow-up. This combo's directly out of it. It applies hemorrhage on hit, and it puts you in a pretty good situation as well. And on block, it also applies hemorrhage and gives them a pretty good pushback to kind of reset neutral for Darius, to set up a good spacing trap for him. So the best thing is obviously the overhead when you're going for mix. The overhead is how you're going to open most people up, because a lot of people are going to be crouch blocking because they're going to be scared of, like, you know, Darius sweep, down forward heavy. This move's really good for catching people and getting in for free. So people are going to be down blocking a lot. So that's where this move into overhead is really good. And so this move can also combo whenever you do it off the overhead. I'm going to go ahead and show you the easy conversion first if you don't want to spend time learning it or like practicing. This is like super easy. This is auto timed. It works, as far as I can tell, at pretty much any range. So that's all you got to do. You do the S1 pull, light follow up for overhead, and then right after the light follow up for overhead, do your S2. and then you can see on the side this links, and then so you have your headless super, which is your S2 super. This move is pretty much guaranteed to always work off of this move, even at max range, when you confirm it at the right time. So because of that, whenever you do this pull, and then you do this right here, you can get the headless super, right? Which obviously I messed it up there, but okay, just like that. And that's once again 500 damage almost off of like a super hard to beat overhead, because like once you block this move, it's rough. Like your pretty much only option to up back is to up back against that move, up back or mash. If you think that he's gonna go for the grab follow up, you can mash out. But this overhead is probably what you're gonna see most of the time. But this command grab can be mashed out of, and it can be jumped and punished. But the overhead, the true block string, you can't jump out of it. You have to block it. Very strong. So just like I was showing you with like how strong this pull is, and then this move right here, extremely good in neutral, especially considering, like I said, you can cancel it at any range into this super and just take out 40% like it's nothing. You know, this move right here, really good. And then in the corner, it actually wall slumps, so you can run up, and you can actually pick up here off of this if you're in the corner and you hit this shit. So this move right here, extremely good. So these two moves, his specials, obnoxious. I'm going to show you how to deal with them. What I'm doing is I'm setting a recording on Darius, and this is a good way to practice things if you don't know how to do this on your own. At the bottom it tells you the stop recording. All you got to do is just turn that recording on, and then make the enemy do whatever it is that you're struggling with. So I'm going to have Darius do that, and then whenever I turn playback on, he's going to come in and he's going to do that, right? And so I don't want to deal with this situation, right? Blocking that move is not fun. So what I'm going to practice is my parry, because pretty much anything with like a strong windup like that does have a pretty easy parry, like a parry window. Like you have a pretty good time to react to it. So now as for a Darius player, you kind of want to play around this as like a mind game, where you can do strings that where you would normally end and then pull them after, and then just wait and see if they whiff a parry, and then you can punish them after. But overall, as long as you're doing it on reaction, parrying this move is a very solid option for shutting down this bullshit. And then pretty much in the same note, this move right here is pretty much just as easy to deal with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set him to record. I'm gonna have him do this right here. Super basic. Like every Darius player loves to spam this if they get away with it. The key is just not letting them get away with it. So you can, as far as I can tell, I believe you're forced to block the first spin. Yeah. The first spin is a true block string, but there is a gap between the first and second hit. So you can practice looking and parrying for the second hit. He can choose not to do it to try to like wait and bait it out, but if he ever does that, that should pretty much just be a free chance for you to go for a parry. And this will shut down Darius neutral a lot. As soon as a Darius player realizes that he can't get away with these tools as consistently as before, and he's getting consistently punished for doing these things, they're really going to have to think about how they play neutral if they're relying on these things to win. So that's a very basic how to deal with some very simple stuff from Darius, and how to apply some very simple stuff from Darius. Trying to think of anything else I didn't cover. You know, obviously you have some stuff like, you know, DP into super that I don't see some of my friends doing that you can do. It's really cheap. You can get so much damage off of a reversal like this, and you can even just do level 1 instead of doing level 3 as well if you want to. Headless works here just fine, and if you're close enough, which this move has some pretty insane range, but if you are close enough, you can get pretty much every super. So So this one works, I think, at every range, I want to say. Maybe on like some anti-air situations it might whiff. But on the ground at least it always lands. I know, same thing, this one right here lands at every range. And then I think if you're close enough, the other one should land. But no, I guess not. But yeah, the other two supers work. And yeah, just get out there, headbutt some people, get some free damage in. Yeah, and just go have some fun with Darius. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Go beat up some Darius players if you found anything I showed you helpful. Like I said, parrying, very useful. I will make more updated guides in the future. I kind of want to refrain from making advanced guides on characters right now. I do kind of want to go through all the characters during the closed beta and give them all a quick run through, similar to this one. Hopefully a little bit more put together and organized. But yeah, I do want to do this for every character. Just a super basic, like easy combos and then a little bit harder combos, and then how to deal with some of their more basic pressure. And like I said, I don't plan on doing a super advanced guide yet on anyone, even the characters that I actually play, mostly because it's still closed beta and a lot of things are going to be subject to change, and I'm sure that a lot of routes are going to be different, damage is going to be different, there's going to be different optimizations. Like, what I'm saying is there's going to be a lot of things that change with these characters by the time the full game comes out, and I don't want to put out a bunch of content that's just going to become outdated in like a couple months, right? So expect more updated and more advanced guides for each character down the road. I will be making guides for every character as they come out, as well as covering all the existing characters when I do that. But yeah, just look forward to it. Thank you guys for watching this one. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and night, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.